Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Herbal Tea Thursday, where we may or may not be drinking tea, but we want you to know that herbal tea is good for you and your wellness vibes. It's your habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast with my girl.
What up, everyone? It is Shereen Simon, the host of the Voices and Vibes podcast and the owner, founder, and creative director of Perspective Studio Productions.
Let's go.
We produce your shows, baby. We produce your shows and make you fabulous.
All right. What you sipping on, Shereen?
I am sipping on some scissor. No, I'm sipping on some water that has ginger, turmeric, and green tea, as well as ginger and honey.
Okay. Well, I got some yellow watermelon juice. Got a story for you in regards to that, but let's.
Cha-ching.
This is my last yellow.
Awesome.
In the comments, y'all, let us know what are you sipping on tonight and how the vibes are vibing. Shereen, you ready to check us in?
I am. I was trying to pre-shuffle.
Come on with the pre-shuffle.
Listen, I was sitting down, getting in the vibe here, listening to my daughter's tunes and pre-shuffling. And we got a few cards here, and I still feel like shuffling is crazy, but I like the very first one that came out that I definitely want us to tap into. What advice would you give your future self? I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think I want to move my camera slightly so I'm looking into the camera as opposed to looking into the television. So, what advice would you give your future self? 'Tis the question today.
All right. What advice would you give your future self? What advice would you give your future self? What advice would I give my future self? Remember to still prioritize you. Take care of you first. In whatever capacity that looks like before running over and providing and supporting and helping and showing up for others. So I think that's a big thing for me. Having a conversation with a podcast guest yesterday, last night actually, from Australia, and we were really talking about like your energy, like your battery life. And, he had a goal of helping a certain amount of veterans throughout for a year or so. Well, he made the goal in a year, but what the cost of that was saving these lives of these veterans was that he would go on 3 days of like just being drunk and just all drawn out because he took in so much of their energy, their issues, holding all that capacity for them, helping save them, but he wasn't taking care of him. And so I would tell my future self, no matter how big the platform gets, no matter how many people need me to show up for them, to support them, to help them, to guide them, I still need to prioritize and take care of me first and make sure that I'm happy and I'm enjoying what all that I'm doing along the way of being of impact and of service with my life. So I think that would be what I would give myself as future advice. What you got, Shereen?
I think I would tell my future self. Ooh, because for a minute there, I was thinking about my past self.
Me too. It took a minute. I had to like keep saying it out loud.
And I read it. And the funny thing, where is it? I read it and I was still thinking, I seen the word future, but I was thinking my younger self. Because that's usually what the question that usually comes up. You know what? I would tell my future self, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Like, thank you for believing in you. Thank you for taking those steps towards all the things that you desire. Thank you for the learnings. Thank you for just pouring into yourself, because this was not an easy task. Um, you did that shit, girl. You did that shit. And keep doing it all. Keep doing what you want and forget what anyone else has to say. But thank you for just having a dream and having the courage to put the action behind the dream. I would totally, and you know what? I was speaking to a friend yesterday, and I was just telling that friend that I love certain things, right? And I just literally, and what came out of it was that, like, I used to say I don't hug a lot, and now, and I heard my son at one point say, "Oh, my mom doesn't hug," when he was young. My mom doesn't like to hug, and I was like, "Oh, not you! I meant strangers." And so, because of that, it really pushed me to, like, make sure my kids understood that I, like, love them, right? So I want to tell my future self. And so I went on to say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, like, all the time. So if you ever hear, so when, if you ever hear me speaking to my kids, when we hang up the phone, 99.9 times we say, okay, I love you, goodbye. I love you, goodbye. And so I was saying this to my girlfriend, and she said, oh yeah, I hear you all the time. I hear you. Like, I hear you talk to your kids all the time. You're always saying I love you. So I'm gonna say to myself, Shireen, I love you. I love you so, so much. This is to my future self. I love you. You are amazing, and you've done amazing things, and just keep going, girl. And I love you. And I don't think we express that enough to ourselves. So I'm gonna thank myself, and I'm gonna tell my future self I love you. And I love that. I don't know if we've ever got this question before. I don't know.
I don't think we did, only because we were stumped trying to figure out how to answer it, because it was always thinking about the past. I guess we never really tell our future self something.
Yeah.
I feel like I always think about making decisions today that my future self would thank me for or be grateful for. That is something that I consistently think about, but never what would I tell my future self. So I thought
Mhm.
that was pretty dope.
That
And something
was.
else I heard today was that challenges are opportunities to win. So you mentioned, like, learning everything that you're going through. That made me reflect back on something that I heard CEO Coach Matt talk about in the stories today, that challenges are opportunities to win. And so really just shifting your mindset in regards to that. But if you're catching the replay, you're not going to see these comments in the replay. So I want to put on the screen. Make sure you drop your check-in response in the comments, so then that way we
They
could
do
also
see these
see what
comments in the
you would
replay.
tell you. Not the live ones.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Tell me
So,
more,
yeah, no, I told they. Oh,
because I only see it during the live. Like, someone just watched my podcast that premiered, and
no,
they
no,
typed
they
in the live
totally
chat.
do. Okay, so my client asked me this before. They're like, "Why don't we ever see, there's so much engagement happening on Facebook. Why don't we ever see this in the chat?" It's not in the comments on YouTube. They position the live comments that are happening, and those live comments, as they roll in, they show up on the video, like how it was. So at
Gotcha.
8 minutes and 59 seconds, you'll see whatever we just posted. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's on the
Okay.
side. It's not in the comments. It's there, girl. It's there.
Okay. Even on not on YouTube though.
No, on YouTube. I
On
don't
YouTube,
I
it'll
don't know
show
about
on the right hand
Facebook,
side.
but on YouTube.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the other place
Mhm.
either. All right, oh shoot, welcome to Herbal Tea Thursday. Thank you for checking in with us. Be grateful and trust that you are making the right decisions for you today that will benefit your future.
I
I'm
love
with
it.
it. I'm with it. What's up, all? Shoot with the hey, y'all. What's
Love
up?
it, love
What's
it, love
up?
it.
What's up? And if you haven't already, y'all, please go and subscribe to both Shireen and I's YouTube channels. And then we ask for just an extra favor of making sure that you connect with us on your favorite social media platform. All right. All of our information is in the show notes, but make sure you subscribe to our channels and connect with us on your favorite, especially if YouTube is not your favorite. It's time for our wellness wins. It's time for our wellness wins, y'all. Our wellness wins. Shireen, what you got?
Mm,
What's a wellness win you want to share with the people?
absolutely. Okay, so this week, I am a co-founder for Professional House. Professional House. Oh, what happened to my video? Can you hear me?
Yes. See you?
Weird.
No.
Okay, so why don't oh, I know what happened. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and I will fix my video. Go ahead
Okay.
with your
So
win.
a wellness win, a wellness win, a wellness win. Y'all, a wellness win for me is I have gotten back into recording podcasts with guests. So my win would be I was challenged to start the year off and really hone in on solo episodes for my podcast, to really get comfortable with doing solo episodes, to learn and figure out my messaging, my flow, develop my speaking. And so I was able to successfully get through over half the year of solo episodes on the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. And as soon as I started opening up for more guests, I've had so many people apply to be a guest on the podcast, book their pre-recordings, and now I am back in the Good Vibe Studios with other people, collaborating and vibing with them, and hopefully bringing y'all even more empowering episodes. So that is my wellness win. What you got, Simon?
Hold on, I'm coming.
All right. And while Shireen is coming back and bringing back her video, y'all drop your wellness win in the chat, your wellness win in the chat for us, please. Please.
Alrighty, so my camera is exhausted because I unplugged the battery and I forgot to plug it back in. Wellness win. Alrighty. Oh, yes. Okay. Wellness win for this week is I am one of the, I got a cough. Excuse me. I am one of the co-founders for the first Black social club in Toronto, in Canada. And so
That's
this
big. Canada's huge. Not just Toronto, but Canada.
well, there's no other social club, black social club,
That's
black
huge.
women social club. So black women social
Congratulations.
club, black women social club. So anyhow, so Professional House is the name of the social club, and this week we are having our summit, and so they have had this conference for women, um, and all kinds of women can go, but primarily black women go, right? And I think they might have had it for like 3 years. Can you hear me okay? Okay, so I think they might have had it for about 3 years or so. They've rebranded it. It used to be called the We Rise event, from the beautiful founder, Teresa Lee, and she's just amazing. Just love her to death. And this week we are having the summit. So we is having the summit, and it has been so empowering for women entrepreneurs. And my ticket that I purchased is the VIP ticket. So the VIP ticket entails like 4 different events. So this week is a busy week for us. It's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the big shebang is on Sunday. So I've been busy going to the first 2 events, and it's been so empowering. And the very first day on Monday, we had Jam Campbell speak. And I don't know if you remember, about a year ago, I took her course, and she has this whole course about like elevating your voice. She's a voice coach. She's a teacher. She is amazing. What's that noise? She is amazing. And I gravitate to her so much, that she poured love into us. Okay, wonderful. She basically said, if there's a dream you want in your business and you're holding on to it, go and talk about it. Talk about it to other women. Talk about it. And the thing about the VIP ticket, it's the more expensive ticket. But that also means only a few people will like invest and purchase this ticket and go to these events um, during the week. And then Sunday, it's like hundreds and hundreds of women. Um, she talked about even how she invested in herself and she bought this ticket and she went to the US and she had all these business cards and she didn't give out one. And then she was beating up on herself. And like we have been to business conferences for things that we're growing, such as like our podcast. And I can specifically say, like, I know what it is to get into the room and maybe just not feel as confident or comfortable speaking out. And so she was like, it's okay if you forget to speak up for yourself. Don't go back home regretting it. Don't go back home beating up on yourself. Like, so there was that. Then there was the reminder to speak about what you want because you don't know who's in the room who can open a door for you. I spoke to maybe 2 or 3 women on Monday night, and one something I've been holding on to for 2 years that I want to do. And the one person that I was speaking to was like, "Oh, why don't I just introduce you to so and so?" And I'm like, "That name sounds familiar." And Toronto's like, it's like big but small. So, but I don't really, know a lot of people. I say this all the time. And so she mentions this name and I'm like, "Oh, I know who that is." We grew up in the same neighborhood. I don't really, but I'm the younger person. So they know my older brother, but they don't know me, right? So I'm like, okay, interesting. That's funny how that came around full circle. She's like, yeah, that would be the perfect person to work with. Last night's event, let me tell you who she flew in. Last night they flew in somebody to come and talk to us. And Giovanni, she just gave for everybody, they just gave so much realness to the experience. Her name, oh my goodness, I don't want to forget. Her name is Nicole Linnell. She has a fashion line in LA. I'm just looking her up on social media. She has a fashion line on in LA, and she basically spoke about she knows what it is to give your last dollar into your business, right? She knows what it is to not have. She talked about being putting together this fashion show, putting it all into it, and then leaving the show, and then her car wouldn't start. Like that's the
Right.
real, right? Like you. She talked about the investment into yourself. She had her book there. She had her courses there. I didn't walk to the table because it's not a priority of mine right now, of mine. But when I got home or today, I was like, does she have an Audible? You know what I mean? Because I got Audible credits. Like, let me check out what's in Audible. But also, if it's an American dollar investment, it's twice as much in Canadian dollars, right? But she gave the realness that I can resonate deep in as a business owner. And when you're the only person and how lonely the journey is, and um, just all of these things that you need to hear, and that reminder that says keep going, but it's all the things you need to hear when you're on this business journey and you feel alone, right? You feel alone. And when you want something so bad, and it's just like um pouring into us, but on a deeper level. And what I appreciate is like we keep my Teresa and I have like little conversations the next day. And I appreciate that there's no keywords being used. There's not the regular authentic. It's it's more like shit, speak what's on your mind. If you're not doing good, don't say you're good. Don't give that surface level I'm good when you're really not. Give the real. And sometimes, we don't feel I was calling it openness, but being vulnerable, but being open to share that vulnerability because you don't know who you can be that way with. And a lot of times everybody wants to give the perfect and that's not real. So I just appreciate all of that because it's almost like motivation when you see someone who's made it but they can tell you their story from like the trenches. So I'm sorry. I know that was extremely long, but all of that is like doing me so much goodness. So that's my win.
Awesome. I'm glad you got to experience that, be in the room, receive it when you received it, be where you were in a place to be able to receive. Sometimes you're not even who you need
In that
to be able to
space.
get the most
Mhm,
out of all of that. But
mhm.
I definitely feel you on that last dollar, and resources are low and you're just trying to keep things moving forward and figuring out how to make things happen. When the money
Mhm.
continues to go out and not come in, or even come in consistently, or even identified how the money can come in.
Girl.
Um, and so that, yeah, so I can only imagine what it felt like to be in that space, to hear that testimony, and then potentially get some value on ways that could inspire you to move from that area or evolve from that area. But everybody else that is joining us, we got some views coming on in while Shireen was sharing her wellness win. Y'all make sure you drop your wellness win in the chat. Shireen, I kind of wanted to ask you about how have you evolved your voice since experiencing the ladies program last year to this year? If you've seen anything in regards to the one that you talked about, that was a note that I wrote down in regards to that.
I feel like it doesn't always happen immediately. Um, I feel like it takes time because it really comes down to you. And it's kind of like the conversation we were having earlier today when I was driving into the studio about like you doing the work. You can go to all the courses you want, but if you are not ready to apply it because of your confidence level or whatever it is, you might not see what it looks like on the other side. So when you ask me, her program, I don't even think her program was last year. I think it might have been the year before or even the year before that. I think as of like between last year and now, I have my moments of speaking up, but then I also have my moments of like kind of like I tend to say like shrinking a bit, shrinking in the room. I will just observe, but I also attend events by myself, business events by myself. And sometimes that's not always comfortable when you don't have your brethren that you can be like, girl, you have no one to kiki with. And so you sit down and you talk to the person beside you for a bit. And then you're like, I want to shut the hell up because I'm not trying to annoy them. I don't want to be on the receiving side and be like, hey, girl, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, shut up.
I like going to events with people too. Even like it could be like separating to like get more like I enjoy like when all of us were like at the podcast summit and we split up and go in different rooms because we can't all be in the same space to get the value, get the takeaways, the big moments, to know what's being said. Or when I'm like going to community events or networking events and I got my intern with me, it's like, okay, let's separate. We got the QR codes. Let's see what connections we can make. Let's see how to make things happen and kind of maximize the intention and the efforts. But also just to not be someplace by yourself. Because also like you get that level of accountability. Like we were talking about earlier, it's like, okay, we both received the same information. What are we going to do with it now? Like we didn't just waste our time and show up someplace. What action are we putting in place when it comes to like even accountability, let alone just the like, you know, the he and the ha and the laughing and the people observing and stuff like that, like in addition to those experiences too. And it makes it more memorable, you know,
Yeah.
when you're able to grow and evolve and experience something different that not everybody gets to experience. So I was just wondering, because I think that's always important, doing the reflection to notice the value
Always.
in your growth or your
Always.
evolution from where you were, you know, in the past when you experienced something, what you got from that, and how it's valuable to who you are right now today in regards to how you're moving things, because not everything returns on a monetary note, you know, in
Yeah.
regards to what it is, because there's so much more development that has to happen sometimes before the currency is attached to the
That should come.
development and the skill set that you have. And that's
Yeah.
always important. But here we
Yeah.
go. Crystal with the K said, wellness win, got my watermelon juice down. Hey. I did 1.5 days instead of the full 2 days. It was challenging. All right,
Yeah.
so let's get into it. Watermelon was the assignment.
How did we do? Did we
Did
do it?
we do it? How did we do it? All right. And
What it look like?
what did it look like? Have you done it before? So if you tuned in this week or right now in the live, but you didn't tune in last week when we talked about challenging ourselves to consume more watermelon, possibly doing a mono watermelon fast, how many days we were going to commit to get the nutritional benefits from the watermelon, go watermelon fast, watermelon feast, whatever you want to do. And then we talked about not only just the times, but how you want to do it and how you're going to do it. And so we checking in. Y'all, if you did it with us, make sure you check in the comments. If you didn't do it, tell us if you plan to do it. If you're new to the live and to the assignment that was given on last week, Shireen, talk to us.
Oh, I'm just reading the comments here. I'm reading, Nayetta did it. She skipped one day.
I skip one meal each day. That's a beautiful thing. You replace it.
Good.
When you skipped it, did you replace it with the watermelon? So the meal that you skipped each day, did you skip that meal altogether as a whole and just didn't eat? Or did you replace that meal that you typically would have ate with watermelon on your 2 days?
Challenge on your 2 days. Mm-hmm.
And what were your experiences like, Crystal, with a K on your 1.5 days instead of 2 days? And I don't remember if it was Crystal with the K or All Shoot Shireen that said they didn't like watermelon.
I think it was Crystal.
It was Crystal with a K?
I think it was Crystal. I'm pretty sure it was Crystal, but they'll let us know. Okay, so for mine, what did Nayetta say there? I ate watermelon all day.
I ate watermelon all day and ate it for that meal. Good job, shit. Ow!
I sent everybody, all of us ladies in our group chat, but on TikTok, a watermelon TikTok that showed somebody with it's almost like a bento bowl of watermelon, and they were like, this was the meat, this was the salad, this was the main. It was just, but it was all watermelon.
I did the same thing. Did I do it today or yesterday? Because we were talking about Waffle House, and I was telling my brother, I was like, ooh, I could go for some hash browns, some grits. And so my brother came in and I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, you eating that watermelon? I was like, nah, I got steak and eggs right now, hash browns. He was like, steak and eggs? You don't even eat meat and eggs. And I was like, I don't, but that's what I'm having. And it was nothing but straight orange watermelon at the time. He was like, okay, yeah, I can smell it. I can smell that sizzling steak. Like, he was egging it on. So I feel you. That's why I changed it to feast. I don't necessarily say fast as much as I say feast, because you can eat as much as you want. Exactly. And it has a better mindset connotation, because it doesn't make you feel so limited when you think like mono. Oh my God, I can only eat watermelon. I can't eat all those things. When you say like, oh, you can eat watermelon, be like, okay, well, I'm full. I don't want no more watermelon. Then it's like, do I eat something else or do I go to sleep? Because all that.
But it also depends on what it looked like for that person, right? Like, was it mono? Was it not mono? You keep saying mono, so I'm assuming yours was mono, but that doesn't
don't make assumptions. Go ahead and check in. How did you do, Shireen?
Okay. Well, hold on. Was yours mono or was it mono?
We'll see. How'd you do, Shireen? You keep starting and then you go to the comments.
All right. I will give you me. So I did well. I started on Friday. I've been eating watermelon. I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think I went up to Monday, and I went to the grocery store. And the grocery store I went to did not have any more. Didn't have watermelon, so I couldn't even re-up at that particular store. So, and I had an event to go to, so I only bought my groceries and went home. But I had it 3 ways. Okay. I had it just regular schmegula, cut up regular schmegula, I think, is with the let's be real. Regular schmegula. let's be real, Black people. Regular schmegula is with the core on it, with the bottom. I actually recorded myself. But it's been a busy week. I did not eat it regular schmegula because I didn't eat it from the core, not once. I know I wasn't true to my ancestors, but I cut it up. I even seen one person cut it diagonally. and then cut it this way. And that way it drops out in squares. So I ate mine in squares. It was delicious. I cut it up right away because I was eating that watermelon. My son was eating watermelon like nobody's business. I had like a half a watermelon. I think I bought like 3 in total, but like on 2 different days. And because I had it there and had half there, I'd come back and the half is now a quarter. And then I'd go back and then the quarter is now a sliver. And I was like, oh my God, let me eat this watermelon because this kid's going to eat all my watermelon.
You didn't
So,
tell him
yeah,
what you
he
were
knew.
doing?
He knew, but he wanted some water. Now I did offer some watermelon as well.
Gotcha.
It's not
Okay.
like it's only for me, but I didn't get a chance to re-up and the store didn't have watermelon when I went to it. So I had it regular schmegular. No, I had it cut up in some cubes. I tried to blend it. Okay. Yes, I'll drop the vid. I I had it, and I also cooked in that video just a little bit. I had it blended as a smoothie, and I only put lemon in it. I didn't have any lime, key lime, or anything like that. I only had lemon at home, so I squeezed lemon in it. Girl, I could not drink that shit. I could not drink that shit. First of all, I brought this big ass container of watermelon to the studio. I ate that watermelon, and I agree. As soon as I started cutting, Giovanni, if you remember last week, I said, I think somebody said in TikTok, because you know that's where I get all my information, that somebody said 1 slice of watermelon equates to a whole cup of water, like a glass of water. It does. I didn't squeeze it out, but it was so damn juicy. It was so watery that I was like, yeah, this shit is real. As soon as I cut it, I was like, yeah, this shit is real. That's what it is. Then I did the juice. I was so full off of the big container. And plus, you cannot help. Anyone says that they cannot do this, I know they're lying. When you're cutting watermelon, you can't help but to eat and cut and eat and cut. And maybe it's a black people thing, but I was eating and cutting and eating and cuffing and eating.
I agree. I did the same thing on the liquid detox and forgot I was not supposed to be eating, and I was cutting up the watermelon and juice, and I was just, no, this liquid detox chomp, and just kept going. Didn't even realize it. Well, go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, so what I learned is that drinking it as a smoothie by itself with just lemon, I do not like the texture of it. I think that, and it's weird because I didn't want to juice it. I thought that would be weird. I thought it'd be weird because it's watermelon. I just want to clarify this. Juicing watermelon to me seems weird because I'm like, well, how much pulp is going to be left? It's just water. So I would feel like it's a waste. I also kept the core, right? The skin, the core, because I feel like I put it in a bag and I put it in the fridge. I feel like I should be able to do something with it to like maybe put it in compost, but I'm not composting right now. So I just feel like it would be such a waste to throw it in the garbage. So I do want to go look up, and I meant to do that, and I'll do that before I release the video. And then the last, I'll tell you what I wanted to do that I didn't get a chance to do. I wanted to try having it with coconut milk and like honey, like a nice creamy smoothie. Look at Giovanni. Oh, she's getting wet by the mouth.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking watermelon, coconut.
Yeah, coconut milk. So coconut milk and in my mind, coconut milk with watermelon and some vanilla and some cinnamon and some, like, to me, I just feel like that would be nice. I did have watermelon as a juice.
Mango wise, not watermelon, but
no, I'm talking about watermelon, like watermelon. Yeah, I will try it and I'll let you know because I just feel like that's gonna be nice. And then the last way I had it is because I had everything but the coconut milk. I did try it with right velvet, just like a nice velvety. I could taste it. It would even be a great popsicle. Shoot, like putting it with the
that sounds like a good popsicle. Now
a watermelon coconut popsicle.
Now,
come on, everybody.
Something.
right. Okay. So then the last way I had it is I put everything in it but the coconut milk. So I put the cinnamon, I put the vanilla, a little bit of vanilla, and not the artificial vanilla. Honey, I spent the extra money on the real essence. Nearly broke the pockets on that one, but it was a different grocery shop. So, um, when I was rich. So, anyways, I put the vanilla, the cinnamon. Uh, did I put the cardamom? I might have put a little one cardamom pod. And we have this thing, not we, there's this ingredient that I put in. Let me see if I can find it. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's called Angorsa or something like that. Angos. Oh, here it is. Okay, yes. So we call it bitters, but it's not
Mm.
bitters. And it's Angostura bitters. Hold on. I'm going to drop it here in the chat. This is what it's called. And so when we're making like orange juice, like a punch, we'll put like Sprite and like orange punch, right? So like this is what we call like Trinidad juice, like Trini orange juice, like a punch. So we put like orange juice, and you can put pineapple, and you can put some rum, some liquor, and your Sprite, and then you put bitters. We just call it bitters in it, and it gives just a nice little taste. So I tried it that way, but because with the cinnamon and the vanilla, but because I could not get past that nasty ass texture, days I tried to drink that shit for like 3 days. I just threw that shit down the sink. Nasty. I drank the majority of it because I had juiced a good amount. So but when it got down to the last cup, I was like, fuck this. I'm done. That's how I consume my watermelon. I will now be consuming more. How did I feel? I felt full longer. Peed a lot. I felt healthier. My meal choices around it that surrounded it was a bit healthier. I think I've consumed less carbs during the time. And I've been taking like my prebiotics, my what's that thing called? What's cabbage called when it's fermented?
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So yeah, no, you got it. Sauerkraut. So I have like, if I had a burger, I won't have the bread. I'll just have like meat and sauerkraut and my watermelon. Or I had like hash browns. I think the most carbs I had was like some hash browns with some ground turkey. So my meals were a bit healthier. Um and they were smaller because I made that hash browns and thing, and I couldn't even eat it all. So I just had it in a container and I ate it twice, the same meal twice, and watermelon. So yeah, my meals were healthier that surrounded my watermelon. I enjoyed it. I'd keep going.
That's
And I
good.
and I think because of all the letting go of the what, a little, not enough where there was tape measurements happening, just maybe a little. So that's me. Tag, you're it.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
I think you have a question.
So your watermelon was your dessert, and sometimes my main meal. It was everything around. I wouldn't say it was. It was probably everything. It was like half my day.
Oh,
I don't know how to answer that because I don't really eat full meals at all times. So I'm not on the morning lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm on shit. I'm hungry. Let me just have a coffee. Let me have some watermelon. And I tried to make it the very first thing I had in the morning, and then throughout the day. Yeah.
so I did. I don't think I started until I think I started Tuesday. So I did 3 days. Um, and I did just watermelon. The only thing that I did end up like eating, I think it was like later in the night because urination is a thing. Like it was to the point where I felt like right before I went to the bathroom, I had to go to the bathroom. It almost hurt. Like I needed to hurry up to go like release. So I feel you on the urination. Like more flows to the bathroom for number one for sure was a thing. I definitely felt full once I ate the watermelon. Like I would come and start my day with 2 jars. So what I did
Mm.
was I juiced. a yellow seeded watermelon. And I juiced a red seeded watermelon, and the red wasn't as sweet as I wanted it to be. Like I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. So I was like, okay, I'm glad I juiced it. And then I let Spencer like eat the red, and I was just like, and pouring some of the red watermelon juice in his water bowl. I was like, Spencer, come on, you have to do it with me. And I just been drinking my yellow watermelon juice because it was so freaking good. But it was so good that I wanted to go get one to eat, because you're in the habit of eating, like you want to chew something, you want to just keep drinking. And so I was like, okay, I need to go get one. But I had a podcast recording. After that, I went to the same place to get a yellow watermelon that I got before, right? And the man was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is orange. And I was like, okay, but I don't want orange, I want yellow. And he was like, oh, no, I mean, yeah, this is yellow. And he was like showing it, but it was in the same places that the yellow meat were. And like, you can't tell on the outside which one's really yellow, which one's orange. So you're taking the girl. I got home yesterday to cut up the yellow. I was so excited about it, and it was orange. Both of them was orange. And I ate it. I was like, okay, that's not bad. Like you said, when you cut it, you got to taste it. I even let Spencer taste it. And so I've been eating the orange yesterday night after I cut it up, and then I was eating the orange today while drinking my yellow. So I've been on the yellow and the orange. The red, I haven't had the best one yet to make me just be like, ooh wee. And maybe as the season continues, I'll get to a good red seeded watermelon. But I do feel you by feeling full. But I did eat some pecans or almonds before going to get the yellow, because I was ready to eat something and I didn't have the food on hand. Typically, I end up, I won't say not being perfect, but I tend to flex more than I would want to if I don't have everything prepped and ready for me to be able to grab and go. And something that
What do you mean flex? What do you mean flex?
Like I just wanted to do just the watermelon. Like I just
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to
I got you.
So
Right,
I wanted to juice it, I wanted to eat it, but because I didn't have any yellow to eat and I didn't like the red, I was like, okay, I didn't drink 2 of these, sometimes 3 of these, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to eat now, like something to chew on. And I didn't get to the store yet to be able to eat that, to chew on that. So I chewed on some pecans or some almonds, is what I meant by that. But I thought it went pretty good. I can tell, like, I don't know if you remember last week, I was more like nasally, sounding like allergy vibes, and I don't feel that way today. I don't feel like I sound like that. And so that makes me feel better. That whatever it was helping, get that on out of me, whatever it was, to help release it by feasting on the watermelon. And I think you were talking about seeing something on social media about it. It was something you said that I wanted to hit on. I tried to write down everything. Oh, healthier choices. I love that you talked about, because you were focused on consuming more watermelon, which is an in-season fruit. You started to see your other choices shift in regards to how you were choosing to eat. And I love that so much for people. So that was like a big thing for me when it came to juicing. As soon as I started juicing and I'm getting in 24 ounces of flooding my body with nutrients, it was like, ooh, I feel so much better. And I wanted to keep putting in good things for me, which led me into being plant-based, or committed to the plant-based journey, because it just felt so good in my body. Started seeing the different changes within my period, within my pain. And I was just like, I feel you on that, Shireen. And a lot of people don't realize that when they start consuming more things that they do like, that is healthier for them, and they start to see those benefits, other things start shifting around for them. And so I love that you made different decisions when it came to the things that you were consuming, while intentionally eating as much watermelon as you could get throughout the day, when you can get it in, and just hearing that you were able to incorporate so many different meals, because there were a time when you would only get in one meal a day because you've been working so much. But to then now be able to respond and say, like, I don't have certain times when I eat when I get hungry, or eat when I think I have the time to eat. Like hearing you be able to consume so much more fruit, and then preparing meals and preparing sensible meals that align, that make you feel good about it. I think that's dope. I hope though, now that you've did the assignment of the watermelon, that you're able to continue to make the choices that align with the results that you want to get. Like you talked about the different things that you want to see in regards to your health, and you saw so many people feasting on the watermelon that has, certain types of results. I hope that this continues to, lead you down a path to where one that you enjoy making these healthier decisions that align with who you are and what you got going on.
Well, I mean, healthy decisions, I'm not a stranger to. I was vegan at one point. I was plant based for like 2 years. I was, or 2.5 years, or whatever, right? And healthy decisions is nothing new, but it is the consistency of it that, as of late, and I'll probably say it's probably since I started Black Print, since 2020, I've really been kind of going back and forth. And I would even say probably, so 2020, probably right before, probably 2018, 2017 to now, I've probably been really, I think that's from 2017 to now, I put on a lot of weight that I have never had. This is the biggest I've ever been. And so from probably 2017 to now, and some of it was because of the job I started, because I remember when I put on the weight at that job, and then I was okay with like making bad food decisions to get the business up. But really, I want to feel, I want to be healthy. I don't want to have issues. I don't want to have any health issues. I don't want to have to work on um, a solution to something. And I actually want to. There's this girl that I used to follow, and she came up in my feed. I haven't seen her in a long time because you're following so many damn people. But she came up on my feed, and she consumes something called shal, shal, sh- shallot or something like. It's this root, and I think she got brain cancer, and they told her she only had like so long to live, and then she didn't want to do the chemo, she didn't want to do all these things, and so she found out about this root, and she started taking it, and it reversed everything. And I think she went completely plant-based from there. And like I said, plant-based and herbs is nothing new to me. I'm not ready to be 100% plant-based, but I definitely want to feel better, right? I definitely want to feel better. So yeah, totally. The whole point of me even doing all this dive last week, it was okay, I got a confession, I really want to try this. So I definitely want to keep going. I thought this week I would get more watermelon, so I think on my way home I'll try to go grab some watermelon if the store is still open, um and if they have any. But I think maybe next week I want to try. I think I had about 2 meals a day. So I think I want to get down to 1 meal a day. What day is it today? Today's Thursday?
Yeah, we're on this thing called Herbal Tea Thursday, your
I didn't.
wellness live series.
We are. Maybe from Monday, because I still have like dinner tomorrow and then an event on Sunday. So maybe Monday to Wednesday, I can try 1 meal a day. We'll check in on Thursday, and then I'll probably need a break because I think I have things coming up on the weekend, and then we'll try the following week, maybe 3 straight. Yeah,
Okay.
keep going.
I like it. So y'all, it sounds like a new assignment is in place. And so what I want you to think about is one wellness goal, one healthy habit that you want to adopt and attempt. Just do a trial run and see how well it aligns in your life, see how well
Mhm.
it allows you to feel. So if that is you getting in more deep breathing, maybe deep breathing when you wake up, deep breathing before you go to sleep. Maybe that's you actually walking, finding the time to walk. It's really hot outside. So maybe that's getting up early to go for a walk, or going for a walk in the evening, or
Morning,
doing
right.
some type of workout video or dance video. Maybe movement is the goal. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's writing down some gratitude or your thoughts. I'm not quite sure, but figure out one habit. If it's
Maybe it's getting in more herbs, because like
maybe it is. Maybe it's getting in more fruit, like we just did.
maybe it's more fruit, but I'm saying herbs because yes, fruit is cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit is healing and cleansing, and vegetables is rebuilding, and herbs is also very, very healing, right? All of Mother's Nature's goodness, treats our body really, let's be real. All we need is what Mother Nature has, what God has placed on this earth. It has everything there to heal us. So maybe it's herbs. I know, Giovanni, for me, one of
Yeah.
my things is I have a list of herbs that I want to start making a part of my consumption. Um,
Yeah.
I want to add to
Maybe
that. So I just want
getting
to add to that.
maybe getting in a few magnesium baths beforehand. Before
Maybe open
get
that
the
belly
oil in your
button,
belly button a few
putting that
times.
oil on
Use
your
the
neck.
castor oil wrap. I like putting the castor oil on my stomach and then putting my heating pad there with a little compress.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a castor oil. Um, treatment. I don't know, but I want y'all to think about what it could be for you and then attempt it. Tell yourself how many days or when you plan to start, just to integrate it into your day and see how it goes. And we'll check in next
Maybe
week.
it's more water.
It could be. It could just be more water, but just one thing, y'all. One thing.
Yeah.
We did this one thing together, and that was consuming more watermelon, a fruit that is in season. And it's so important to eat in season. It just helps your body really adapt to the entire environment and where you are right now. So we did watermelon together. Now it's on you to embrace something in some area of your life, your health, your wellness, to figure out what that looks like for you. Something that you haven't been consistent with, something that you want to pursue. Go after it. Identify it tonight, today. If you're catching the replay, figure out what it is, and then by next Thursday, we want you
Oh,
to make sure that you comment, come to the live the video that is dropped next Thursday and comment what you did, how it went. Like, we want you to check in with those vibes in the comments. We want to engage with you all in the comments by next Thursday. What you got, Shireen?
I wanted to say that yes, it's also in season as Giovanni mentioned, but it's also for me the reason I selected watermelons not just because it's in season, but because it cleanses and flushes out, and I am looking to consume the water. So, like, to get out the toxins, I'm trying to consume more water based fruits. Yeah, we've been sharing a lot of deep breathing um in our DMs. I've been sending back and forth. Nayetta and I've been sharing some deep breathing. It's so good for the
Girl,
nervous
it's
system.
so great for the nervous
So good
system.
for
That
the
was the
nervous.
whole conversation last night with the Australian guy. I can't wait for that podcast
Mm.
episode to drop with him and his deep breathing practices and just the way he just story tells and visualizes those things, and then helping so many veterans in regards to that. And the power of breath is amazing. And you talked about that last month when you were following a lot of somatic
Oh, I'm
um,
still doing it.
content and stuff like that. So it's beautiful. So I love that. Nayetta got her deep breathing. I love
Mhm.
that.
I want to also say that
It will.
next week, Giovanni and I will not be on the live, but we will be dropping our recorded video on the Thursday. So just check it out on both our pages, comment, engage with both of us, but we won't be live, guys. We're doing a pre-recording because the schedules just do not permit for next week. But we will be here.
We
We
will
will
be
still
here.
be here. And
And it
then we'll
will
be
be a
live.
video that is lively shown to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And even though I can't remember what the topic is for next week, but we may not have our feedback. So, you know what? If you
We
don't have
will.
your
We'll come through and drop the comments just like we're asking y'all to.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I won't have my feedback on the watermelon on because we're recording on Monday. So I won't even be taking it until the Monday. So we
I
won't
thought we
have
meant like comments. We were telling them to come and comment under the video.
yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying in that video won't have the video that's dropped on that
Won't be
day
about our assignment.
won't be about the assignment. So even if we come in the comments and talk about it, that's one thing. But if you don't talk about it, then we'll bring the update the following week, right? Because I think that also makes sense to bring
We
it the
will.
following week. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So yeah. Javon, do you think you might you know what you're gonna do? What you might
I
continue with?
don't
I'm
know.
gonna continue with
There's some resistance. I need to get back with movement.
okay.
I definitely want to get back to moving. I just want to be protected when going out there to move because there's so many strays. And so that's been something I've been a little bit more hesitant about just because of wanting to make sure that me and Spencer are staying safe out there with all these other different dogs.
Mm,
And it's so hot. So really making sure I get up early to do those to get those walks in. I really want to get back into getting that routine. But then it might be identifying in my routine what do I need to be doing and then starting to really respect my routine based on what I have on it. So I don't know if it's going to be movement based. I don't know if it's going to be with the deep breathing. I don't know if it's going to be journaling. I am not a huge person on journaling. So, but maybe journaling is what's going to help me in regards to my mindset and where I am right now with, my business, with preparing to go back to work. So it might be based on mindset versus it's probably definitely not going to be on food. I already kind of have things flowing in regards to
yeah.
that. But I'm thinking it's probably either going to be mindset or movement related. Which one? I'm not quite sure. But I do believe that I'm going to do a breathing challenge
Mm,
in August. So, like 28 days of intentional breathing, like how I plan to wake up and then how I plan to go to sleep with the different breathing practices. So, I know for a
mhm,
fact August is going to be with that breathing, but I don't know, Shereen. It might be mindset. I think mindset is probably where it's going to go. What that
mhm.
looks like, I'm not quite sure, but I think that's what I need most.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I think I kind of looked at like I know that a lot of my clients are taking breaks in the month of July because they're tired from the year, right? Um, they're tired just from like the grinding, whether they're parents, whether they're also educators, they're taking a break, but like not even but and then like school is starting again as of like August, September, just depending on where you are. So I know that people are getting ready for like that next cycle. So I think that over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to try to rest a little bit more because I feel like a, a lot has been happening. Um, so it does feel a little slower, but it feels like it's supposed to be rest time. And it's almost like winding up for the next kind of cycle in the business, right? So um I think I'm preparing for like prospecting and really working at what does prospecting look like, um going after new things in August. From a health standpoint, it will be. I'm gonna over the next 2 weeks continue with watermelon, and then I do want to start getting some movement in. But if that starts happening in August, I'm okay with it. But from a business standpoint, how do we ramp up all the new things that on my side, all the new things that we're releasing? We're tightening up on like terms and conditions. Today we had a session between me and some one of the employees about like how to do things to a standard. So it's just doing a bit of reflection and just like tightening up processes for us so that we can be more efficient for the second half of the year and execute more things. And
Hmm.
even I was looking at like our backlog of things and I'm like, "Oh shit. I didn't realize we actually did I actually did. I'm getting through that backlog." Right? So it's like we're almost at the point where it's like we don't have a backlog.
Which is
Which
a
is a
good
good
thing.
thing, which is a good thing. But I didn't even know because I'm like, "Are you sure? There's got to be another one." And so if it's like we're just dealing with the freebies, great, 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 right? Good on us.
Awesome.
But now let's go after. It's a different time for me. So I
Yes.
want to be more aggressive. I think I've been very passive in my business. It's been good. Um, but I need to be more aggressive in the business. Um, and so I can tell that story. What does aggression look like?
Sounds like a
Yeah.
great topic to discuss.
You write it down, girl. You write it down.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
That's
mean, because
probably
I
what the
won't
video
remember
is
it.
going to be about on Thursday, y'all. So there we go. We're going to keep
Yeah.
it simple. So while Shireen is
Mhm.
shuffling up or getting us ready to check us out, y'all make sure you check the show notes. Shireen was talking about watermelon and the benefits and really helping her detox, flush things out, water weight, things of that nature. Y'all, I have a digital guide that really talks to you about the functional nutritional benefits of fruits, vegetables, grains. So while you are making healthier choices, it gives you what nutrients you're actually getting from those foods. And it also gives you a lot of different recipes for you to use as inspiration on figuring out. You heard Shireen trying a whole different watermelon float of a smoothie type of vibe because juicing just didn't seem right to her or
Oh,
Nayetta.
wait. Did you juice yours or did you blend yours?
I juice mine.
Oh, Nayetta,
I
if you're
juice
still there,
mine.
did you juice or did you blend? Because I didn't
I think
juice.
she blended because she said she agreed with you. Juicing just
Oh,
didn't seem right.
have you
I
blended it before?
I feel like I might have, but I am such a juice person. It just goes down smoother for me. I'm not a huge smoothie person because of the texture. Like I feel like I then have to chew the drink versus like just drinking it straight down. And so
You're
like
so wrong.
juices just flow better for me.
Yeah.
But I like the benefits of switching up the oh Nayetta said juice, switching up
Oh, you
the
juiced.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I think she said she didn't like it as much, and so she just mostly ate it. I feel like that's what she said.
Yeah,
Yep, that's what she said. I mostly cut it up and ate it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try juicing it. The blending is just nasty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nasty.
Girl, I
The
think if
text
I blended it, it would have to have been frozen. I would have had to have had the
probably.
the
Yeah.
the watermelon frozen, and then
Mm.
that's what I would have then blended it with whatever base that you would have had. That would have made it more of a slushy vibe. So if
A
that's when I would
smoothie.
add,
That would have been more of a smoothie.
like I just wouldn't take fresh watermelon and put it in a blender because at that point it's
That is
just
the slushy. That
that
is the
is a
slush.
chunky juice.
Chunky monkey slush.
There you go. With what you thought
Gross.
was just water. But yeah, that is in the show notes. And then if you just don't know where to start, there's a 5-day mindful
Oh,
eating guide with affirmations, y'all. It's all about creating a different relationship with food. So you can have a different relationship with yourself and how you really show up and love yourself. It's all about loving you, what Shireen just told her future self earlier on the check-in. So this episode just went all the way around full circle. So keep loving you, keep doing things that you need to do for you. Remember to identify that one thing you're going to be intentional about and plug it in to figure out how it's going to work for your life, and make sure you come back and check in with us and let us know how it goes.
mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. I can't wait to really have this conversation about being more aggressive in our business and
You know what? Put it in
no,
the
I
doc.
already know. That's it. I don't have to remember. I got it already. We're talking about how we're gonna be more aggressive. I'm ready. Let's
In the
go.
business. Do we? I listen. Open up the
All right.
document, girl.
It's all right. We already know what we're talking about. Let's go.
I think
Let's
let's
go.
talk about that in the beginning of August.
That is
After,
it's next week.
nah, not Monday. Are you talking about Monday?
Shireen, what card you got? We're
I
not
don't
having a
have it yet. I
pre-planned.
do
Oh,
not have it yet. Um, do you guys have a long weekend? The end of July weekend
I
in
don't
the
know
US?
anything about it.
Huh?
I don't think so. I don't know anything about it. I don't think so.
Oh, okay, okay. So you only have one long weekend in the summer then, like one holiday weekend in the summer in the US.
No, we got Juneteenth,
Yeah. Okay.
Independence
When I say
Day.
summer, sorry. When I say summer, I was only thinking July, August, but
Okay, was it? Okay,
in
but then I guess
Toronto, in
yep,
Canada, that's yeah,
yep. So just one those cultural differences. Yeah,
yeah.
got be
No,
specific on the months.
No, yeah,
My
it's
summer was June and
I don't know,
July.
I'm not even talking cultural differences, it's also probably school differences. You guys break for summer break earlier than we do.
Yeah.
So your
But it
summer,
just depends on where you are too. Because in New York, they don't sometimes they don't go back to school till after Labor Day. So some schools
and
don't start till after
that
Labor
aligns
Day.
with us too.
But that's not the case for me.
Yeah,
We go back in August. So it just
yeah,
depends too where people
yeah,
are and how they
yeah,
choose to.
yeah. I don't think it's culturally. I think it's probably based on if yours is based on, I think our schedule, like calendar, or not calendar, but those holidays are based on like Eastern Standard Time, right? So we're same time zone as New York, right? So that's, we align with that because typically
Well, when
we
I
would,
taught in Florida, we still started in August and start around the same time and had almost the same amount of spring breaks as I do in Texas. So I don't even know if that aligns because I was East Coast in Florida and
oh,
we started
weird.
in August and
When did it break?
spring break, then March, when other people typically spring break around that Easter holiday weekend. What you
We
guys?
spring break. We used to spring break around March as well, and
Okay.
then yeah, things would change. But when you were in Florida, when did school break? In June or July?
End of May and
Oh,
beginning of
so
June, just whenever we started. So like now, these last 2 years, we ended right before Memorial Day weekend. So that at the end of May we ended, but before it
yeah.
used to go like right into July, like you have to come back right after Memorial Day weekend. But
Oh,
now everybody's done before
yeah.
Memorial Day. So
I
May,
think a lot of, yeah, I think a lot of it has changed over time because I remember when I was younger, GA begins August.
Georgia starts beginning of August and North
Yeah,
Carolina starts mid or end of August. Yep. So it just
yeah, yeah. It's I guess it just depends, right? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's
Yep.
changed because when we used to have spring break when I was younger. It used to be 2 weeks in March, and then now I think it's just 1 week. So yeah, I don't know what it's based on then. All right, let's see what's coming out. Come on, talk
Please,
to us.
because I know what is trying to come over here. I need to go do number one. You didn't see this whole
Oh,
juice
okay.
was gone during the live. I'm like, come on.
You're like, girl, nothing's jumping. Okay, we're gonna just take what it is, whatever ends on the top. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Oh, I was not expecting that. All right, I'm gonna type it in.
Okay. I was
All
ready.
righty. All right. It's weird because I feel like, bam. Oh, see, I was trying to see why whenever I'm typing online, when I'm live, I make so many mistakes. The word is feel. Allow yourself to feel your feelings. So somebody needs to hear that. Allow yourself to feel your feelings. Trying to think about if I've been feeling my feelings. I think I have been feeling
It
a
made
little
me
bit of
think
stuff.
about I need to just lean with mindset for these next few days in regards to my feelings versus the facts, like what I told you about last week when I did journal that one time. So, and it's going to help me because your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs shape your mindset. So to me, it's saying, Jabani, lean into mindset, don't resist it. Figure out how you're going to show up for yourself in these next few days and be intentional with how you're either feeding it or starving those thoughts, those feelings, or those beliefs. So I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. Oh, hold on, let me put it up on the screen.
Yeah. I think the same thing when feelings, because even some of the conversations I've been having with the ladies at the summit this week has just been kind of like shocking to see where they are in their journey as an entrepreneur, and I have hit a whole different stage, um and I'm trying to navigate it, and so I'm just trying to like feel all the feels and act like faster. I don't know, just act, just move, just do something, because I do feel like I've been MIA. Not even I have been MIA on social media. And I think earlier this week I was kind of like, "Well, what do I post?" It's not like I don't have things to post. It's just It's just like, okay, I need this also brings in business. So, you know, mm, put out the feelings and, don't second guess myself and just whatever happens, happens, go with it. And I think I want to talk more openly. I won't do it on Instagram. I don't feel like that's the place, but I just want to talk more openly about the journey. I so resonate with that. And if I resonate with that, somebody else must be able to resonate with that. So I feel like let me share the real because I'm hiding and I don't necessarily want to hide, but I don't always feel comfortable giving all of me. But then I come on here and I feel fine, or I don't know. So there's a lot of feelings there. And what's Shoot saying? I've suppressed so much. So feeling the feels is definitely something new. I'm bracing it though. Yeah, I guess this word is really what it is. It's like the unspoken truth out here.
It is. And I feel like if you feel the need to really just show up and share the journey and express, then of course you're always a representation for someone or something that's also aligning with what you have going on or can relate to it or resonate it. It's something he said last night. Tim said last night when we were recording was you're a million in one, not one in a million. So there's a million, that can
You.
attach to you that you can help and support versus you
Mhm.
just being that one in a million. So allow your voice and them vibes to do what it needs to do. Tell your story, get it out, put it out there. I always am a component of YouTube because I feel like that's just the space where it could all just be so good and evergreen and come back to it and whatever the case may be, house it in a playlist of some sort so people can find this library of experiences to be able to take a deeper dive in or just be introduced to you. So I'm biased. YouTube is my favorite platform out of all of them. I have no problems getting up and doing a juice prep live here, coming to do our Thursday wellness lives or just uploading my video version of my podcast. But those other platforms and creating content and scheduling and pushing out, like it's just, it can be overwhelming when it comes to feelings of having to do those things, especially if the content is already created.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a shift. And we talked about this last month about our content. So we'll see, guys, how we're doing with it.
Let's talk
As
about it
time
at the
goes
end of
on,
August.
looks like we're still not there. But y'all,
Yeah.
thank y'all for tuning in to another
Mhm.
episode of Herbal Tea Thursday. Go and feel the feels and identify where in your wellness journey, whether it's mindset, mindful eating, movement, um, wherever it is, how you want to heal intentionally on that next step in the next few days to make that your own personal wellness assignment. Thank each and every one of y'all who joined us with eating more watermelon and doing the watermelon assignment. But most importantly, thank y'all for always supporting the show and coming back and vibing with us.
Yeah.
Y'all having a magnificent rest of the week. See y'all next week.
Guys, Giovanni talked about wellness. I'm gonna say also just like feel the feels in your business. Because I think you gravitate to the wellness part, and I mean we still gravitate to the wellness. We both talk about business, but I like to talk about the business part as well. So feel the feels in your business and apply some of those feelings there as well. Yeah. Deuces. I echo the thanks. Deuces.